Good day, everyone. Today we're going to interview a young achiever. She's an Oblation Scholar. You have to be the top 50 passers out of the thousands of booklet takers in order to be one. So let us know, what does it really take to be an Oblation Scholar?
My full name is Stephanie R. Ramirez and I'm taking up BS Business Economics. I'm currently a second-year student in the course.
I understand that you're an Oblation Scholar. Would you mind telling us what all about this Oblation Scholar status?
To be an Oblation Scholar, it essentially means that you won't have to pay the tuition fee for a particular semester as long as you are available, or as long as you are an Oblation Scholar. So aside from the free tuition, we also receive a stipend of at most 17,000 per semester. So we only have aside from the stipend and the free tuition, nothing much really aside from bragging rights. I think some Oblation Scholars are proud of that title. But aside from the tuition and stipend, there's nothing really much that makes an Oblation Scholar.
So it is really a status that you have to maintain your grades.
Yeah.
How long have you been an Oblation Scholar?
Currently, I'm in my third semester, so hopefully I can maintain it throughout the rest of my college stay.
How challenging is it to maintain your scholarship?
Not really. It's not really that challenging considering that the cutoff grade or the minimum grade requirement is a grade of 2. But then, I guess the challenge is you have to maintain your grades, including not only your majors but also any other free electives or general education subjects. Aside from that, we also have certain restrictions when it comes to the Oblation Scholarship, such as we are not allowed to be delayed in our course. So for example, in the BS Business Economics course, the time estimated to complete it is 4 years, so we're not allowed to stay for more than 4 years. We're also not allowed to drop any subjects. So because if we drop any subjects or even get a grade of 4 or 5, it would consider us invalid for the Oblation Scholarship.
With all those requirements that you have to fulfill, have you ever felt like giving up?
Sometimes, yes, because there's too much pressure, especially on the academics part. So, yeah, it's hard. And then there's also the expectations of other people around me to consider.
So, what keeps you striving?
For me, it's usually that sense of self-achievement, knowing that I was able to pass all those challenges and stay in UP despite all those difficulties. Another thing is the support of my friends. They've always been there for me to help me with my problems and difficult situations whenever I encounter them.
In your opinion, is it true that you have to choose between the health, sleep, or even the social life in order to excel in academics?
Yes, actually. So, if you want to excel in academics, there will really be times when you have to sacrifice a few things. Mostly sleep, because there are times when, for example, in a single week, you have a lot of requirements like 2 papers, 3 exams, and you have to finish all of them. So you end up sacrificing sleep because really in the things or in the choices that you can sacrifice, it's the most expendable. I mean, for me, it's the most expendable since I was used to being sleep deprived even way back in high school.
Besides schoolworks, are there any activities like orgs or sports that take up your time?
Yes, aside from academics, there's the organization. I'm part of the organization of business economics majors, and even though it does not really require too much of the members, you also have to consider the fact that there is also a workload as a member because as a member, I have to organize specific projects that are assigned to me. Like for example, I was assigned as the project coordinator of tutorials for economics students. So I'm responsible for organizing Math 17 tutorials, economic subject tutorials, and that's for every long exam. It's not just a one-time thing for the semester. So there are times when I would have to juggle academics, reviewing for exams, finishing papers, and organizing those tutorials within a single week.
So you really have to balance all those things.
Yes, and that's aside from social life.
So do you have any study habits or any secrets to achieve this much?
Study habits. I do not have any study habits really. I aim to improve my study habits, such as I want to be able to accomplish what I have wanted to achieve before, which is studying 1 week before every exam. But for 3 semesters, it's still been unsuccessful, mostly because I don't know. I was used to cramming for exams before, but I'm trying to change that mindset. But study habits, not really. But well, if you can consider reading lessons, a few lessons in advance, well, I guess it's a study habit. But sometimes really reading lessons in advance is a pastime for me whenever I do not have anything to do. And the only entertainment I have with me are books for my academics. So I read books.
So you really don't follow any strict study schedule?
No, I wish I could, but no, not right now.
Well, of course, we're in UP. Being stressed is inevitable. So what do you do to relieve stress?
I sleep usually because I'm mostly sleep deprived. So in order to release that stress, I sleep, I take naps. But aside from that, I read, although there's not much time because whenever I read, I tend to get caught up. So whatever, for example, I wanted to read for originally 30 minutes, but then if I get too caught up in a story, it ends up becoming 2 to 3 hours. So that's dangerous, especially if I have other things to do. So aside from reading, usually the second next best thing after sleeping is eating.
But are there any superstitions or sort of rituals that you do that you believe in before you take up any exams or performing different tasks?
Not really superstition, but I guess you can consider it more of a habit. Like, I always pray before exams because I was raised in a religious family and I really believe that God could help me with those exams. And right now, I believe that before every exam, I need sleep or at least 15, it's not much, 15 to 30 minutes of sleep or a nap will do, just so I can absorb all the information that I have read for the exam.
Being able to achieve so many things at such a young age, do you ever feel pressured by others?
Yes, of course. Mostly by my family because ever since I was a child, my family has always pressured me to achieve a lot of things. Now that I'm an Oblation Scholar, it seems for me that the pressure has increased. Not to mention the expectations of other people around me whenever they get to know that I'm an Oblation Scholar. The usual impression of me is that I'm so smart, so intelligent that it tends to get it tends to be heaped upon me as so much pressure that I have to meet their expectations, their projected image of me as someone who is good in a lot of things.
What about peer pressure?
Peer pressure, no, not really, because my friends are amazing and intelligent in their own way. So they also know the struggles of being an honor student, the pressure, the expectations of other people. So they have never pressured me to meet their expectations of being an intelligent student, always of being perfect in every exam and being really good at academics.
Have you ever experienced not meeting those expectations?
Yes, a lot of times, especially more so, I first experienced them in high school, but now in college, because this is UP, this is a whole other level. I've got a lot more of those moments, and because I was an overachiever in the past, I'm trying to adjust to these moments because I know that during my stay in UP, more and more of those low points will come. So yes, I'm trying to adjust to those low points, and I think I'm getting there.
Do you have any motto that you live by?
Motto, not really. As long as, well, yeah, I suppose this is a motto, but it's more like a constant reminder by my friends that whenever I feel depressed due to low grades or for exams, my friends always remind me to just do my best, and as long as I do not regret anything that I have done, then that's okay.
And lastly, what is your message or advice for students like us who wanted to be like you, and especially for those who are close to giving up?
For students who want to be like me, I guess I'm giving you the same advice as my friends have given before. Just do your best and enjoy what you are doing as much as possible, because when you enjoy what you are doing, it does not seem like so much of a burden or so much of a work. Although sometimes the heavy work or the heavy workload may discourage you, when you enjoy it, it's fine in a way that you appreciate what you are doing and you know what that is for. And then for students who are close to giving up, I say there is always a way out. I have come to experience a few times that I'm so close to giving up, even during the first year because of the pressure of being an Oblation Scholar. But there's always a way out. You will always survive no matter what happens. If you are close to giving up, it's okay if you slow down a little, if you do not meet your standards before, as long as you do not stop whatever you are doing. You continue it even if you have to lower your standards a little bit. And then when you have found the confidence again and the strength to keep going, then that's the time you can raise your standards again and stuff.
Thank you very much for inspiring us by sharing your story. I really hope you do well more in